Thank you, Paint Huffer, for the thumbnail. His Newgrounds page will be linked down below. Okay, video time. Bye.
What do you think that will look like?
That is the last time I let Nitro pick the restaurant. We went to Five Guys. I mean, the food wasn't bad, but I had to pay because he forgot his wallet. And they're expensive as shit. Now I'm broke, and he wants me to buy him Crash Team Rumble. I did what anybody else would do in that scenario, and told him to go fuck himself. Needless to say, he wants nothing to do with me right now. Thank God. I feel a little guilty, but I'm not buying him a game that should be free. You know what? I've got the perfect game to relieve some of my stress. Sonic the Fighters. Or Sonic Championship, as we're supposed to call it. Yeah, good luck with that. This game was released in the late 90s as an arcade exclusive until 2005 when it was ported to the GameCube via the Sonic Gems collection, as well as the PS2, if you live in Europe or Japan. Us Yankees only got this thing for the GameCube. You fuckers. My friend Glitch and I actually played this game on my channel way back in 2015. I deleted the video. Stop looking for it. The goal is to pick a character and fight everybody, including a clone of yourself, to collect all 8 Chaos Emeralds, and fly Tails' single-seated rocket ship up to the Death Egg 2 to defeat Metal Sonic and Dr. Robotonic. I wish I was making that up. Clearly a translation error, as this is the Japanese version of the game in English. In Japan, Eggman was Robotnik's actual name. Still, Robotonic is pretty funny, not gonna lie.
What the fuck is that?
So we pick our character, and then we just press the same button over and over again to instantly win, except for Metal Sonic, cheap fuck. Then back to button mashing. That's it, game over, 3 out of 10, shit game, good night. Hang on, this is supposed to be a Sonic R review. Hold on, let's back up for a second. I know Team Sonic Racing is an option, but I am not interested in the slightest. The game is way too slow and unfair for my liking. The teamwork mechanic is bullshit, and I can finish 3 races in CTR Nitro Fueled before finishing 1 race in this game. Seriously, 4 minutes? 4.5 minutes? 5 minutes? That's a fucking joke. Not to mention the empty hallways and corridors where nothing happens. Something. Anything. Please. Anyway, Sonic R was co-developed by Sonic Team and Traveler's Tales, who also developed 3D Blast. It was released in November 1997 for the Sega Saturn as sort of a way of saying sorry about the Sonic Extreme cancellation. Then it was ported to Windows in 1998. And like the aforementioned Sonic the Fighters, it was ported once more in 2005 as part of the Sonic Gems collection, which is what I'll be using to play this game. At the time, it was praised by nearly every single critic, getting scores of 5, 6, 7, 8, and even 9 out of 10. But nowadays, people say that the game hasn't aged well. In my honest opinion, this game is pretty fucking sweet. What are you talking about? I'm not even kidding. I unironically had an absolute blast playing through this game to record the footage for this video. But does it deserve those scores I mentioned earlier? Well, let's get playing and see for ourselves. The story, yes there is a story, is that Robotnik is entering a World Grand Prix with his new robotic henchman. Sonic and company catch wind of this and enter the race as well. But why is Robotnik entering? Because the Chaos Emeralds are scattered across each of the 5 tracks. So, in an attempt to foil Robotnik again, Sonic enters along with Tails, Knuckles, and Amy. The game gives you 4 characters to start with, and you can unlock 6 more in the Grand Prix mode. In the options menu, you can change the AI difficulty, the weather, and catch-up. Yes, rubber banding can be turned off. This is better than Mario Kart 64 by default. This game gives us 5 tracks to choose from, with the final one needing to be unlocked. And honestly, that's fine for a 1997 Saturn game. Not a 2006 Xbox game. We have Resort Island, Radical City, Regal Ruins, Reactive Factory, and Radiant Emerald. I'm seeing a theme with these names. Alright, first track, Resort Island.
Ready, set, go!
Right, so acceleration is done with either up on the control stick or holding the B button. The A button is used for jumping. You can drift either left or right with the triggers, and holding both of them makes your character brake. I'm ashamed to admit that took me a few races to figure out. I skimmed over the controls when I launched the game, so yeah. These controls are quite tricky. They take a while to get used to. Once you do though, it's still not that great, but it works. Graphically, even for being a Saturn game, these tracks look shockingly stunning. It's impressive, really. But because of this, the frame rate will sometimes dip a bit if too much is happening on screen. Still, these tracks look really good, which probably explains why there's only 5 of them. By the way, change the weather to snow because all the water becomes ice that you can run on. If you don't give a shit about the emeralds, then all you need to do is finish first place. Be advised, however, you won't be able to unlock Radiant Emerald. If you want to race on that track, you gotta get the emeralds and come in first. The way you obtain the emeralds is to open up locked areas that require 50 rings to access. No doubt a callback to the games before it. You can also use your rings to activate speed boosts and open doors that only need 20 to access. These doors can be used as shortcuts, but mostly they serve as a place to obtain the other collectible in this game. Coins. Yes, coins. Each track has 5 coins scattered about, and they all have Sonic's face on them. Collecting them allows you to challenge that track's champion. This is how you unlock the extra characters. They're Robotnik's henchmen I mentioned earlier. You unlock Egg Robo, Metal Sonic, Metal Knuckles, and Tails Doll. Yes, fucking Tails Doll. He only officially appears in this game, aside from the comics. Once you collect all 7 emeralds, you unlock Super Sonic along with Radiant Emerald. Finishing this race in first unlocks Robotnik, and you also get a thank you screen featuring the character you picked. Then you get to watch the unskippable credits, accompanied by a song titled You're My Number One. Shit, I just realized that I haven't been talking at all about this game's music, as it's the most polarizing aspect. Some call it incredible, while others call it out of place. Call it whatever the hell you want, it fucking slaps. Each track's song was composed by a British lad named Richard Jacques. They're all accompanied by vocals performed by TJ Davis. She sings every single song in this game thanks to how much Yuji Naka loved her singing. Some awesome shit to listen to while he's rotting in prison. I mean, just take a listen. Oh man, so many bangers. And hey, if you don't like the vocals for some reason, you can turn them off in the options menu. In the time trial mode, there are other challenges that you can try out. A 3-lap time trial on any course in either normal or reverse direction, a balloon hunt where you need to find 5 balloons in the level, randomly located each time you play, and tag, where you chase the other 4 racers across the course and tag them in order to win. There is also multiplayer, but sadly I live under a rock, so I can't show that off. Not that you're missing out on anything though. And that's it. Yeah, I think this is the one problem people who like this game have with it. While it is a fun, turn-off-your-brain experience, it's criminally short-lived. I guess that's just what happens when Sega only gave Traveler's Tales 9 months to make this game. Yes, 9 months, meaning very little, if any, proper testing was being given. But at the same time, this makes the game perfect for speedrunning. Yeah, thanks to the lack of polish, this game can be completed 100% in just over 11 minutes. It's the Crash Twinsanity of Sonic speedruns. How ironic considering they share the same developer. Seriously, look how easy it is to clip out of bounds and then just go around in a circle near the finish line. Although we are looking at a world record run, I haven't tried this for myself yet, so I don't necessarily know how easy or hard it is to pull off. I reckon it's pretty simple though. Look, I know many people who are well known here on YouTube have played this game before, but most of them, if not all, just play the first level, take the piss, and move on. Not me. I'm here to tell you that Sonic R is definitely worth your time, whether you're a fan of the series or not. Despite my love for this game though, I'd be remiss if I didn't say that this game needed more time to be given the TLC it was begging for. Sonic R gets 5 out of 10. This is a fun time, I just wish it lasted longer. I consider Sonic R to be a once-a-year game, something I find myself playing maybe once a year. Unfortunately, due to Mario Kart 64's success in 1996, a year prior to this game's release, and Naughty Dog's Crash Team Racing 2 years later in 1999, Sonic R fell into obscurity, and that's a real damn shame. However, we do have to give this game credit, as it laid the foundation for future Sonic racing titles, most notably the Sonic Riders series, which would become a fantastic series of racing games. Oh, 1 sec. Which would become a fantastic series of racing games. Speaking of racing games, I'm not done talking about them yet. There are still many kart racers we've yet to cover, like Chocobo Racing, Walt Disney World Quest Magical Racing Tour, Speed Punks, Diddy Kong Racing. We're just barely scratching the surface here. So look forward to these games being featured on this channel in the future. Look, I'm sorry, alright? I'll find some other sap to buy me Crash Team Rumble. Happy now? You know what? Yes, I am. Thank you. And look, I'm sorry too for telling you to go fuck yourself. Nah, I deserve it. It wasn't right for me to ask you for something after making you blow your last check on lunch. Next time, it's on me. I promise. Fine, whatever you say. You know, we may have gotten off on the wrong foot, Nitro, but I think our friendship is slowly starting to grow and evolve into... Oh, he left. Asshole.